Hello everybody, this is your Squid here. So today we're going to talk about routine maintenance, plus we'll do a coolant flush. So, routine maintenance on your vehicle. Routine maintenance doesn't just mean doing your oil change, your plugs, your wires, and your brakes. There are many platitudes on your vehicle that require routine maintenance. The higher the mileage, the more routine maintenance is going to need to be done, the more expensive it's going to be. I understand that people are going to say, oh, I don't got the time and I don't have the money to go do the routine maintenance. But if you keep up on your vehicle's maintenance and all that, you can make it last for hundreds of thousands of miles, possibly up to 500,000 miles or more. Like that one guy that I heard about lasted million of miles. He had 2 vehicles that did that. And it's important that you keep up on your routine maintenance. Today we're going to be doing the coolant flush on my vehicle, using that piece of equipment right there. That is a coolant flush machine. It flushes out the radiator, all the coolant in the engine system, the hoses and all that. There are a bunch of videos online. If you want to do it by do it yourself, you can DIY it. You don't need a machine like that to do it. You can be able to do it yourself. And this is one of the routine maintenance. Every 5 years, depending on what your manufacturer says, you should be changing out your coolant and be able to get that done. So I hope you take this to heart. Routine maintenance on your vehicle, with the way brand new vehicles cost nowadays, do you really want to spend a lot of money on that vehicle, or do you want to keep the vehicle you have and keep up on that maintenance, even though it can get a little bit expensive and all that? So I hope you take it to heart. Let's go ahead and start this coolant flush. So we're getting ready to start the coolant flush, radiator flush, if you want to call it. But the first things I want you to be aware of whenever you're working with the radiator system, your coolant system and all that. First, make sure your engine is cool. If you have to remove the radiator cap, make sure the engine is cool down enough to remove that radiator cap, because you don't want to get burned or anything. So make sure, if you're doing it DIY, like I said, there are videos that show how to do flush your radiator system, but make sure that your engine is cool so you don't hurt yourself, okay? But we're going to get the machine all set up and then we'll go from there. So we almost got the machine set up. Back here you have 2 containers. They are both 7 gallons each. You can put the orange coolant in one and green in the other, yellow, whatever. That's what this machine is for. Everything is self-contained, so you don't have to worry about dumping stuff on the ground or into a pan, all that. But first thing we have to do is drain the overflow reservoir. So that's the first thing we do. And don't forget, like I said, when you're doing it with the coolant system, make sure your engine is cooled down, all that. So when you go to remove the radiator cap, you don't get hurt. So the first thing we're going to want to do with this machine is we're going to turn both valves, valve 1, valve 2, to the vacuum system. We're going to vacuum out the coolant reservoir and drain out the radiator enough just below the upper radiator hose. So we'll get these valves turned. We'll go over to the vehicle here. Check and see if I'm getting any. Don't know if you can see it. but you can hear it. Getting what we can sucked out. This was a little bit low. Unfortunately, my fault. We're gonna go. When you're using these types of machines, you don't want to get a. Oh, that doesn't look like I can go down any farther. Damn it. There we go. Oh, sorry about that. Didn't see where I was pointing to. We're still sucking out fluid, as you can tell. Once I think I got it low enough, I'll go ahead and turn that to the off position. Do valve 2 first, then valve 1. Next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to take off the upper radiator hose. And then we're going to choose the fitting, both fittings. One fitting will go to this hose, connected, that goes directly to the engine. The other one fitting will go directly to the radiator. So after we get the fittings hooked up, this one is puts the new fluid in. And this one flushes it out. What it is push me pull. I guess that's what I can explain. It pushes the coolant into the engine reservoir and then back to the radiator and out and into the system, the machine. It's all self-contained. Next thing we have to do is pinch off the line that goes to the coolant reservoir. Make sure the caps are back on. Now we're going to go back to the machine. But the first thing we're going to do before we go back to the machine, we're going to turn this to the open position and get this all set up. So in my vehicle, the required PSI on the coolant system is 16 PSI. We're going to take it up to 15 PSI. First thing we want to do is make sure that valve 1 is in the pressure test. And we're going to do a pressure test on the system first, make sure everything is good, we have no leaks. Next thing we're going to do is take valve 2 and take it to pressurize. Then we're going to turn up the PSI, like I said, up to 15. You can see the gauge starting to rise slowly. We want that to rise slowly. We don't want it to rise too slowly. So gently put that up. Don't turn the knob too fast. And we are almost there. And I'll call that good. Push that back down so it doesn't get messed up. Now we're going to let this hold to see if we're losing any pressure at all. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to make sure that this is holding. We have lever 2 on hold. Next thing we want to do is also check our lines here. I did have to add these fittings to make it so I could reach to the truck. I'll make sure nothing's leaking out of there. We're going to go up to the truck here. Make sure we have no leaks. Make sure it's holding pressure here too. I don't see any. So we are good there. Alright, since system is holding, pressure test is good. Now we're going to go to the exchange. First we're going to move lever 1 down to exchange, down to that bottom. Sorry about that shadow there. Then we're going to move number 2 to exchange. Watch your gauge also. We're going to also want to watch the coolant here. My truck takes 14 quarts, which is about 3.5 gallons. So we want to keep an eye on this. When we get down to, where we have like a gallon left, we're going to turn off the machine from there. Alright, sorry about that. Air compressor turned on. We're gonna check. We're also going to check here to make sure that the fluid's going in there. And we want to keep going up here. Make sure our pressure is still good. Now you can tell the fluid is coming out. Still doing good here. Alright, so after we put our 14 quarts in, what the vehicle requires, it will need to be topped off the radiator and the reservoir. That's why we left a little bit of system. We had the system on hold, but we're going to take the tear everything apart now and put it back together. So we have it all topped off now. Everything's back together. Grab my couple tools here. Get this closed up and get stuff put away. Got all that stuff to put away now. I had to get the longer hoses, like I said, so I won't have to keep taking that out of the vehicle and everything, because it is heavy. And so it just makes it a little bit simpler for me when I go to do a vehicle. If you're in Northwest Oregon and need yours done, you can contact me and I'll come over and do it for you. Or like I said, there are videos that can show you how, all that. Hope you learned something, especially the safety stuff about make sure your vehicle is cool. So we're all done here. Hope you liked the video. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe and all that. And go ahead and leave a comment if you want to. That's fine with me. And if you got anything out of it, I hope you did. Routine maintenance is a big thing on the vehicle. Doesn't matter what it is. Do your routine maintenance. Catch y'all later. This is your squid.